today at TIAA Bank Field in Jacksonville. A few minutes prior to us coming on air, this crowd was jolted into action with the introduction of these Jaguars. They're set for football as the Jags are ready to match up with the Indianapolis Colts. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. First carry for the Clemson man, Travis Etienne. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
On 2nd and 9, Lawrence. And right away, he lost the football. Points 1, 2, and 3 in their defensive game plan was to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to it.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go over to the defense and miss opportunities. And I'm not saying it happened here, but you know what a good rule of thumb is when a play like that occurs? You know who usually recovers it? The guy who missed his block and let his quarterback get hit.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he'll let this one go deep for Chark. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
That's what you're going to need to do against those big receivers. You got to get in there and get physical with them. That time he got in close, got in tight, and knocked the ball away.
Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. On the return, Johnson. 33 yards is the distance on the punt there. And the Colts are set up well as they take over 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice steady gain.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. They give to Taylor out of the gun. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and putting the defense back on its heels.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Now a handoff. Taylor with it. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. McDonald. Flushed out right. And that throw behind his man. He missed him. Incomplete.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
They got to get to the 23 here on 3rd. McDonald sets to throw. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down.
We just saw a nice example of why teams often bring in baseball guys to teach quarterbacks how to slide in key situations. You want to protect your franchise guy. Make sure he doesn't get hurt. He did exactly that on that play. A perfect slide to avoid the big hit and pick up a first down.
Here's McDonald to throw. He's got Granson, his tight end. And he'll get 7 yards from the 17 to the 10 before he's taken down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete. One of my old teammates called me the other day when he was watching the game. He's like, man, trying to watch an NFL game and trying to account for their passing game, that's difficult. And just when you think you get everything covered, here comes a back out of the backfield. And in this case, he picks up a first down.
First and goal from just inside the 5. Taylor. And he takes it in for a Colts score. Jonathan Taylor, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Colts are going to take a first-quarter lead. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. Early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice. But at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
From the 27, Lawrence. And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
And that's a nice job there because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties, and he's able to knock that one away.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8.
31's the mic. You must be drinking. 31's the mic.
Now Lawrence. And trying to find Chark, but it's intercepted. Picked off at the 33. And he'll take this back down inside the 20. And this, Charles, definitely not what they were wanting to see. Remember, he threw 3 interceptions in the loss last week, and now he gives the ball away again here in the very first quarter.
And you have to think that this was drilled into him all week, too, by his teammates, by his coaching staff. They've told him all week long, we've got to protect the football. They probably crossed that fine line with giving him the right advice and saying it too much, and it turned out that it got into his head a little bit.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Now a give to Taylor. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. His first carry of their second drive, pretty solid. And, of course, remember back to their first drive, really strong throughout that one.
Not only is he getting good blocking up front, but how about his vision to find the holes? And he's seeing things before they even open and hurtling through them.
Throwing is McDonald. They'll set up the screen to Taylor. And he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the screen there. It's 2nd down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
On 2nd down, it's Taylor. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5.
Well, Brandon, we always know that once you score 1 touchdown, you're without a doubt. And so far today, he's got 1, but was denied as he tried to get the second one.
Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. Back to throw. McDonald escape. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Jags grab it. He's at the 50. The 40. And they finally put it into this return, but not before he's all the way down to the 37. And how about the big boys showing off the wheels?
Let's face it. Anybody who watches a game, even if it goes against your team, when there's a big man with the football, everyone locks in.
All eyes.
Everyone locks in, and the rumbling, you can feel it all the way to the upper reaches of the stands.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Hey, seam 6. Seam 6. Just like that. Just like that. 58, boys. 58. 58 is Mike. Drop deep, drop deep. 58 is Mike. 58.
Looking to throw, Lawrence. He'll get this out to the flat for ETN. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And they're going to face a 3rd down.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it could turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
Slam, slam, slam. Topper! Hey, high 7. So don't say nothing.
The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. Lawrence on 3rd down. And he's got a man, Corey Davis. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover, and they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
And he'll be stopped up after only a couple of yards as he gets it down to the 5. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
Check 13. Leo. Check. Switch it. Come on, switch it.
One more time with Etienne. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. Travis Etienne, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Jaguars are within an extra point of tying this one up. Extra point tacked on by Lambeau. And we are tied here in the 2nd quarter. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And so close to hitting pay dirt last time, fumbling down near the goal line. Now, how does that affect their psyche this time around?
It's a tester, that's for sure, because to be that close and come away with no points is really disappointing, not just for the guys on offense, for the defensive players, too, who thought, hey, we're going to put some points up and have a little momentum going. They've got to find a way to just get it out of their minds, let it go,
short-term memory,
and move on to the next series.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. McDonald. Throw going to be caught left side here by Granson. So, Charles, you talk about this head coach and his future with this franchise. Look, it's been a frustrating year, and I think we saw some of that frustration boil over at his weekly press conference earlier in the week.
Yeah, he's trying to say all the right things, isn't he? But he's heard the rumors. He knows what's going on out there. And right now, he is tired of having to answer the question, are you on the hot seat in every meeting with reporters? This week, he kind of said, I've had enough, and I don't blame him. He looks like a guy that may very well be out the door.
Buying time to his left. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. A gain of 4 last play. They double that here and get 8. Only needing 2 yards on 2nd down. On the handoff, Taylor. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on 3rd down.
And that's exactly what offenses try to avoid by using motion and throwing different formations up. They hate when he can draw a bead on the play, get a running start, and make a big play behind the line of scrimmage as he did just there.
Play action. It's McDonald. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Offensively lucky they were able to keep the football, but now 4th down, so they'll have to boot it away.
I do think, though, they're going to look at this as a positive. 1, they recovered the fumble, so they retained possession. But 2, being able to punt it changes field position for them. Imagine if that turnover takes place there. Now your defense has to go onto the field and try and hold. Instead, they get a little breathing room.
37 yards on the punt with no return. And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown. Now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. They go play action now. Lawrence. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. The Jaguars on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Now Lawrence. The connecting here with DJ Shark. And he will have a Jaguars 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Yes, yes. Fair.
On 1st and 10, it's Etienne. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
On 2nd and 9, Lawrence. Now this is intercepted. He was trying to get it to Davis. Picked off by Julian Blackman. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
First and 10, Taylor now. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
And they've just not been able to block him at all throughout this game. Seems like every other play, he's doing something in the backfield. Already got 2 sacks, and now here's a tackle behind the line.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Flush to his right. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away. Defensively, Charles, they continue to really limit this offense as far as yardage goes.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been assignment sound, staying in their lanes, keeping proper leverage, and communicating well, too.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now the Jags will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. Now the Jags with 5 in the secondary now on 3rd down. From the gun, it's McDonald. Open man is Taylor. He's got it. And he will have a 1st down as they're into field goal range now at the 30. Now a timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the 1st half. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Looking to throw. McDonald. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. Again, he'll drop to throw. Eluding the pressure right. To the sideline, and oh, that's well done. Able to drag the feet. He's going to have the first down. Catch number 100 for his career right there, and it's good enough to keep the chains moving. And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half. From the gun, it's Taylor. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. Blankenship's kick is good. And that will do it for this first half. So we come to halftime here with the visiting Colts taking the lead to the locker room. As we send you a couple hours south of here to Orlando, that's where we check in with a coach and our EA Sports halftime report. Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. Second half ready to get underway. The Colts with a lead, and they will receive the football. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Let's go.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better, and I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation to pick up those pass rushers, because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down. Back to throw. McDonald. This to the outside for Mack. You know, if following up on this head coach and the pressure that he is under, CD, I want to switch it to you because you've been on winning teams, but I know you've been in similar situations too where things just are not going well. How do you approach that as a player?
It's a tough approach, Brandon, because you actually have to do the opposite of what you would think. You know, in your mind, you're thinking, I redouble my efforts, I go harder. In a sense, you have to back off a little bit. You have to do a little bit less. Do what you're supposed to do, but don't take on the pressures of doing more and try to do your teammates' jobs as well. If you do that, that's really going to lead you to more issues.
After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13. Looking to throw. McDonald flushed out right. To the right side and into the hands of the tight end, Granson.
We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a first down.
So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Out of the gun, McDonald. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
Here's 2nd and 10. Here's McDonald off of the play fake. And the Jags get to him as down he goes. Well, Zadarius Smith there getting in and bringing him to the ground. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest ones, maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. Zero accountability, and a sack resulted.
Under pressure, and they got to him again. He couldn't get away there on 3rd down. The pressure too much, and he's sacked for a loss of 12. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And here's a fair catch taken at about the 24-yard line. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and possession will switch hands. 1st and 10. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And their defense did its job by forcing the punt to start things out. And now, Charles, can the offense get in gear?
I think, partner, you can sense them saying, okay, the first half was theirs, but now let's get the momentum back on our side. We forced a punt. Now let's go downfield and score. If we do that, we'll be set up well for the 2nd half.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Open man right side is Shark. And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like, right at the 40. A gain of 6 there on 1st. Four yards remain for 2nd down.
Hey, Orbit.
Lawrence will throw. Looking left sideline, but it's incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. From the gun, it's Lawrence. He'll air this one out deep for Davis. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off at the 11. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, I tell you, Brandon, this ball's intercepted, but it is 3rd down. So the silver lining is that since this is so far down the field and there wasn't a big run back associated with it, really this kind of works like a punt. It's not an altogether bad result.
Zadarius Smith able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
I think most quarterbacks would love to have the goal line actually extend up into the air and turn into a wall, that they can put their back against it and know exactly where they are on the field so they don't end up in the end zone. Didn't do it on that play, but perilously close to the goal line.
To throw from his end zone, McDonald. And this will be swung out wide for Taylor. And they'll mark him down right around the 9, just shy of the 10. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12. Back to throw. McDonald. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez. as he's on to punt for Indianapolis. Taking on the midfield logo. So a change of possession here on the punt. Now the Jags will have great field position to start this drive as they take over on the short side of the field. Checking things elsewhere. Third quarter now from U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. And you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. Remember to keep an eye on the ticker, of course, at the bottom of your screen for updates on that game and others around the NFL.
Go! Squeeze! Put your hands on it.
A handoff for Etienne. And he stopped immediately there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last two drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
A good action to this point in the third quarter. Just a 3-point game. Second and 10.
Let's go. Big series right here. We got to step it up.
Now Lawrence to throw. They'll let this go for the end zone. And that ball is caught by DJ Chark for the Jags touchdown. And that looked almost to be a case of, a quarterback saying, hey, I'm going to throw this as far as I can and hope you run under it. Mission accomplished. Point after by Lambo, up and good. And the lead is now 14-10. Now after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. To throw again, McDonald. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes in bounds. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. From the gun, McDonald. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Miles Jack. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line. Well, he had to fit that into a pretty tight window over the middle. And, Charles, I think they were in zone defensively, weren't they?
They certainly were. A nice read on your part. And sometimes the quarterback isn't fooled between zone and man. Sometimes just fooled by the type of zone that he sees. Because oftentimes, those linebackers will vacate and run downfield with receivers. In this case, he played a pure zone and was in the wrong spot for the QB.
Hey, stand up! X3, 218, top.
They'll try the left side with Etienne. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. 3 quarters have come and gone. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Hey, Charlie!
Lawrence. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up third down. The Jaguars on third down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 11. Here's Lawrence to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off at the 11. And the Colts are right back in this football game. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offense coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield, incomplete.
Trying to erase that deficit all at once. One big shot. He took it. Unfortunately for him, incomplete.
2nd and 10. McDonald sets to throw. And he goes down. It's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line. Justin Madubuike in there to record another sack, and that is now 6 on the afternoon for this defensive unit. The Colts on third down, 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 17. McDonald. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
We've seen that the deep ball has been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
So from their own end zone here, this kicks away. And it's fielded at the 34. That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And out will come the offense as they take over. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead. And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Hey, exit. 58 to Mike, 58. 58 to Mike. Come on. 58 to Mike. 58 to Mike. Night, sweetheart.
Hey, Delta. Here's Lawrence. Uncorks one for Davis. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off at the 18. And the Colts are right back in this football game. Yes, folks, that is his 3rd interception, and I'm going to use one of the most overused phrases in football. He's a ball-hawking safety.
I love the way that you called for the shot there. That's perfect, though, because there is something to that. Being a safety often allows you freedom to roam around the defense, maybe not a specific assignment. Today, his assignment, find the football, and he's done so quite well.
2nd and 7 from the 20. Here's McDonald to throw. He'll find his man. That's Taylor again. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
On first down. It's Taylor, and he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown, so a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
Second down, another run with Taylor. And he's got it up over the 40 to the 41. It's a 6-yard run, leaves him with about a foot or so here still to go to hit the marker with third down coming up. They'll try and run for the first with Taylor. And he's got the first down as he's up to the 45-yard line.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. He's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. This run defense has been pretty stout all game long. Now you're here in the 4th quarter. Should rely more on the passing attack?
I don't think you have any choice, and I don't think you have to dress it up at all either. Throughout the first 3 quarters, you're still trying to convince the defense that you may run the football. That's out the window right now. Protect, let your quarterback operate, and try and find some targets in the open field downfield.
Throwing is McDonald. Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle 3rd. He couldn't catch it. Now 3rd down.
He's just not at his focus in this game. It's not 1 drop. It's not 2. That's 3 for this contest.
Yeah, uncharacteristic for any NFL receiver, and he's no exception. An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
On 3rd down, McDonald. He's got Granson, his tight end. And he is going to have a Colts first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. Throwing on first down. McDonald. He's got a man. It's his fullback. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
It drives some people crazy to see those short throws underneath. They've got to find a way to gash the defense downfield.
From the 39-yard line, here comes 2nd down at 6. On the handoff, this is Taylor. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7 as that one officially a loss of 1. Back to throw. Gets this to Campbell out on the right side. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as it comes with 1:04 left to go in the game. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. They'll look to throw. They'll get this off to Taylor. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on 2nd down.
Partner, they're clearly saving those timeouts, but they still have to work with some urgency to put themselves in the right position. On 2nd down, it's Taylor.
And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. Now the Colts going to burn the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds remaining. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. He's back to throw. To the right side, complete to Taylor. That catch good for only a couple.
It didn't check off every box, but the most important one. Got the clock stopped, getting out of bounds. They may be a little short of the first down, but I thought that was the key.
He'll look to throw. Flush to his right. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. And I see an extra defensive back on the field. Little surprise here on 3rd and 1. Back to throw. Rolling to his left. And that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here. So this defense, they looked a little shaky to start the drive, but bottom line, they're a play away from finishing it off.
They rocked them a little bit on this drive, didn't they? But as you and I both know, it's not how you start, it's how you finish. They have a chance to end it right here.
Down 4 late, got to go for it here on 4th down. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And he's across for the touchdown, and it's likely the game winner here in the closing stages. Now an important extra point here to stretch this lead to a field goal. He's got it, and this is indeed up to a 3-point lead.
17, Jaguars 14.
So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. And wow, the fair catch was signaled for and taken inside the 5-yard line. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. So you're right there, but obviously the clock is not your friend. How do you handle this situation?
You're thinking 2 plays. 1 to get yourself in position for the second.
And he is not going to get away. The rush was too strong, and this is going to wind up a safety. And that disastrous play partner is ultimately going to seal their fate in this one, isn't it?
It certainly is, because they give up the 2 points, but that's not really what did it. It's having to give up the football. And because they gave up the football, guess what? The other team now can take the ball and close this game out.
Down to a knee here. The defense still with a couple of timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them. So this one winds up an Indianapolis victory. And we talk